Hey y'all, it's Betsy from Happily Ever After, etc. And today we're working on the porch. Every spring things get crazy. I end up just stashing everything on this table. In front of the table I've got all my plants for my porch pots. Got just my gardening supplies. I've got the tulips I've been letting die back. The whole porch needs an overhaul. In addition to the plants that need planted and the crap that needs put away, I also have found that some of my planters that drip quite a bit are really leaving a lovely green or black crud, scum on my deck, on my porch. Mainly my ferns and this double planter, because they're the only ones that don't have drip trays, plastic drip trays underneath them. So I'm going to try to find something that I can put under these, even if all I do is put a planter under here. Maybe one of these I got on sale, where the plants can take the drip from these two planters. But before I actually fill the planters with the pretty plants, I want to get my big scrub brush out. I have one that goes on my power drill, and come out here and see. I'm not gonna do the whole porch, but see if I can't just get like the majority of the green and black crud off the porch, so we can start fresh for the season. If that doesn't work, I can also go borrow my mom's power washer, but in order to power wash, I should really take everything off the porch, power wash the whole porch, and your girl doesn't want to do that. So we're gonna start with the brush and we're gonna see how it goes. And we're just gonna go from there. After we do that, we want to put everything away, tidy it up. Got some cute little new planters and things. I typically have been using this table for resin, and now that my shed is set up with my workbench, this can be a garden table or cute stuff table until I get something better for the porch, and this will probably move into the work shed. So we're going to clear it off, put everything in my lockers, my storage lockers, that needs to be. We're going to get these shade plants and the shade planter and the sun plants and the sun planter, and we're just gonna just get the whole porch looking nice, because it's spring and I want to come out here and enjoy the porch. You can hear my wind chimes. Let's get started. All right, so my camera decided to shut off, but you can see I've cleaned this strip, and this is the difference. So with the algae mold, it's algae, and without. So where the worst of the black was, it did take off some of the stain. It's not bad. We will eventually have to restain the deck anyways. That is how wood works. So go ahead and work on this half, and then we will move up onto the rest of the porch. Ready? Ta-da! So, perfect? No. Much better? Yes. Still have to do these steps, and all along the front here of the porch. But that's about it for the scrubbing, and it goes pretty fast. I now have a system. I had tried to use some soap, but I don't mind doing that anywhere like the middle of the porch where it's going under the porch where there's no flowers. It's like up here, but I don't want to do it anywhere it might go into the flower beds where there's flowers planted. And I found that it's not necessarily needed. Just been spraying it down, using my sponge to wet everything, scrubbing it with the drill, re-spraying it off with the hose, and then honestly using the leaf blower to clear the water off the porch. Water, scrub, dry. Seems to be working pretty good. Obviously a pressure washer and then just letting it dry would be easier. And I probably don't need to dry everything, but especially this landing the water pools on this spot. That's why it got so bad. So I'm definitely going to have to put something under those. But they are drink containers, not pots. So they just don't fit the standard plastic pot things. So I have a couple options. I have found black kind of stay dry wicking mats that you can put under. They help hold the water so that it doesn't drip through the bottom of the container. And I've thought about getting one for under each of these. Ideally, I just need to find a tray or something to put under here. I did try to put this pot of impatience, but it is too tall. So I need something shorter. A flat fits under there perfectly. I put a flat of petunias before I planted them in my window boxes. So maybe I just need to put a flat tray in there with some pretty flowers, but I don't want them in their little flat cans. So figure it out. But for now, we're just going to put these pots back so that we can pot them up with the pretty things and continue scrubbing the porch. So I'll be back when that part's done because it's not really fun to watch. All right, not perfect by a long shot, but we scrubbed all the algae all the way down. I still want to scrub this black spot in for some reason, keep forgetting. So I will do that maybe next week because I do still need to scrub under these pots. And y'all, I just don't have the energy today. So we're going to focus on replanting our shade pot because the plants need to get in before porch needs scrubbed. I'm going to try to tackle this because I think that will help. I'm going to plant our fuchsia. And we're going to plant our porch pots so that all of our pretty plants are planted and can get watered in and can start living. So we're going to start by tackling this. I don't think it's going to actually be that bad, but my brain tells me it is. So let's go ahead, just spend a couple minutes trying to put everything away, including my Merry Christmas wreath, which I have replaced with Easter. But instead of putting it away, we just stuck it over here. To be fair, I have 2 front doors, so for a while I had Easter on that door and Christmas on this door. We celebrate all holidays around here. If you caught my video where I go over tulip bulbs here in the south, you know that tulips are typically annuals down here. They need to be like harvested and then cooled in the refrigerator and planted back out for next year. So I pull them as soon as they're done blooming because otherwise they get our soil is too moist and it just destroys the bulbs almost immediately. So I pull them right as soon as they're done blooming. Put them up on my porch to dry, and once their stalks look like this, I can go through, throw away all the trash, keep the bulbs, store them in a dry place, and then put them in my fridge next December. So I need to just put these all around the corner. Got a spot for stuff like this, and then while I'm watching TV some of these nights, I'll put out my dirt mat and go through them. All right, y'all. Still a few things I'd like to do, but overall, the porch is done. Let me give you a little tour. We have scrubbed all of the algae off most of the porch. We have a few planters up front. So I did plant this guy up before we started this video. I just could not wait. I love these pink and red center geraniums. And Mom got me an entire flat of them half off the clearance rack. Then I have my big butterfly bush, which this baby is coming back from last year. She looks beautiful. I may spin her around or maybe put some sweet alyssum or something, but she is white. And then we have the planter. You can see I switched my dachshund for my fairy, so the fairy's in the other one now. But we have a bit of a mismatch. We have 6 of the geraniums from the geranium flat, 2 leftover vinca from when I planted those out in my landscape, a Gerber daisy from last year that is coming back and is a beautiful salmony pink kind of color. We have a Snow Princess Sweet Alyssum, which has beautiful white flowers. Now I've left them just to show you because this guy will get big, fill in this whole front area and spill over, but she's looking really long and leggy and stressed right now. So I'm actually going to come in and probably right about here give her a chop haircut, and she will thank us for that. But I wanted to leave her till we were done with this video. So then we have 3 more geraniums, a Scaevola fan flower, which this guy can get up to 24 inches wide if she likes her spot. So I'm hoping she'll fill in here around the doggy and spill over the front of here. I also have a whole bunch of white Gomphrena seeds back here. I had a white Gomphrena there last year, and she obviously self-seeded, so I left those. And if any of them make it to a plant, that'll be beautiful. I also decided, my mom brought me this window box kind of thing. I put her under here and filled her with some little agapanthus ferns that my mom had. She had a whole bunch of these on her porch. If I had moved this one over a smidge, I could have fit a 5th one here, but I only had 4. Once they fill in, I think they will kind of cover this whole area and hopefully fix my water on the porch spot. So she had 2 other prettier planters than this one, a copper and a terracotta one with really pretty designs, but they were both much shorter. This one, while the ugliest, covers all of the drain holes. So that is the main goal here, and that's good enough. So we may still put something on the ground in front of her, but I've moved the impatiens up the porch. We have a 1 on the table with my little catch-all basket right now. Has some bulbs and a Rose of Sharon that's waiting to be planted. But honestly, this little basket is going to be left empty so that I can use it to head down to the vegetable cut flower garden. I want to have a really easy way to pot down and pick strawberries and snap peas and cucumbers on a daily basis because I like to add those to my lunches, and I always end up just going back down with my salad bowl for lunch and only picking enough for the day, and then things get wasted. So I want to have an easy way to grab a basket, head down, harvest everything that's ready, and then put it in the fridge so I can give some away, share with others, and eat whatever is available. So got that basket right now. Those 2 bulbs are in there, but for the most part, it's going to be left empty. The impatiens are actually another clearance rack find. Got these for 50% off. They were wilted. They just needed water. They literally look fine. And I just popped a houseplant here. Sometimes I will bring my houseplants out for the summer, and I thought this blue would look really pretty with the other blues on the porch. So we'll see. I've got a whole bunch of other houseplants I may bring out. My fuchsia has lots of buds, and now that she is planted and watered, she's looking much better. We will soon have little pink and purple bell-shaped blooms all over her, which which makes me very happy. And you may have seen, got my ferns. I hate ferns, honestly, but they're so southern and easy, and I just don't want anything up here I have to pay a lot of money for, or deadhead, or needs a lot of maintenance. And of course, you saw me scrubbing all the algae off the deck. So this year I went ahead and I got these plastic water catching trays, kind of like you would put under an actual pot, but they go with your hanging baskets. I didn't know these existed. So I left a spot here where it's easy to see. They have a little hook that comes up. I think it's supposed to just hook over your pot, but these ferns are deeper than the little hook allowed. So I just popped a small zip tie around the hanger of the plant and hooked it to that zip tie. And honestly, once the ferns get filled in, you'll never even see those trays, but they're clear, so I don't really care if you do or not. All right, my shade planter. So I switched the fairy, and once that's Rex begonia fills in, there'll be a lot less space up front, but I kind of broke off a whole arm when I was planting her, so she's less full than she was. And this is a different type of fuchsia with ruffled white and pink petticoat blooms. So I popped one on either side, the Rex begonia. I've got my Silver Falls diachondra here, which always looks so pretty in this pot. I love it. And then I just grabbed a little 4-pack of Dusty Miller. This is my full shade pot. This guy hardly ever gets sun, so anything here and here really needs to be able to handle deep shade, but the one down there gets a smidge more sun in the morning for like 30 minutes. And then we have my bistro set, which I got these adorable new pillows. They were $5. I need to take the tags off, and I probably need to wash these, but you know, doing our best. The butterfly is double-sided, but the welcome to our nest has flowers on the back, which I really like because my chairs are open-backed, so you can see them from both sides. I grabbed this to go with my strawberry. My strawberry beds are right down here. Strawberry cucumber catcher, and I'm going to use it to hold all the tools that I grab on a daily basis so that I can just grab them and go. I've got my little trowel, my pruners, my auger, and my little weeding thing. My lavender from last year is coming back, and a string of bananas that has seen better days, and I am trying to rehab. So I just planted her up in that pedestal. I think she's going to like it out here. It's very humid and shady in this spot, which is why the lavender kind of likes it. I know we're weird in the South. Our lavender likes things different from everywhere else. You can see my lavender down here growing under my shade tree. They cannot handle our Alabama sun. Oh, that's about it, because this side of the porch is not as done, but you can see my new Maya thing. I don't even know what to call that, but I got it on my latest cruise. My other bunch of impatiens. Most of my gardening supplies go in these lockers, and then I have put all of my tulips with my mat and my paper bags to go through in the evenings when I'm taking a break. This is my kneeling pads and fertilizer and my other pots. Now this guy came back from last year. I just put some new compost in there. And he's doing beautifully, except for this one part. Deal with that when we get, you can see my dustpan. This is my next area to work on today. This lantana is also coming back from last year and getting ready to bloom. And this bunch of geraniums and Coraline, is that what that's called? I've got these in my window boxes. I'm going with geraniums everywhere this year. So that's it. The whole porch clean, refresh, potting. I filled my hummingbird feeders and my bird feeders. I scrubbed the algae. I got new pillows. I'm done. I've got other things I need to finish, like reattaching parts of these little lights that have come off. We're going to do that another day because I'm done. I'm very happy I can walk around the porch and just enjoy it again. And in a month or two, not a month or two, in a couple weeks, once I'm done filling the raised beds for the season, I will come back up here and finish attaching those and scrubbing under the porch putts in that corner. But for today, I can come out here and sit with my Diet Coke in the morning and breathe and enjoy the porch. So that was the goal. Hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.